Hi, you guys. It's Yaz, and today I'm going to talk about 10 ways that narcissists love to insult you. Narcissists love to put down other people, and they love to put down other people they're jealous of or they're competitive with. So I'm going to talk about all the different ways that narcissists love to insult you, okay? Nobody's happier than a narcissist who insults you and feels superior. So let's talk about how they insult you. And let me just bring this one thing up. Narcissists will always want to know your vulnerabilities. Why? Because that's the thing they're going to insult you on. Whatever you're sensitive about. It could be your age, your weight, your family. Whatever you're vulnerable about, you could be sure that that narcissist is going to love to insult you or bring it up. So let's talk about how narcissists insult you. Number one, and this is a big one, narcissists love to comment on your weight. They're either going to tell you you're too fat or you're too thin, all right? And what they also love to do is when you do start taking care of yourself, let's say you start going to the gym, you start losing weight, what do they tell you to try to sabotage you? They tell you, oh, I liked you better the other way. I liked you better with more meat on your bones, okay? Oh, I liked you better, something more to grab or something like that. The narcissist is threatened that you're starting to look good and they have to, they're going to try to sabotage you, but they'll insult you and put you down. And they'll especially insult you during the devaluation period. They may even call you, insulting things like, hey, chubby, hey, this, hey, little piggy, or something like that. Narcissists love to throw out little wicked insults to break down your self-esteem. So the first thing that they're going to insult you on is your weight. It's a given, okay? Narcissists love to insult you on your weight. Even if you're looking good, even if you're healthy, you take care of yourself, they will always have something to say because they want to plant that seed of doubt in you that you're nothing, you don't look good, even though you take care of yourself, nobody wants you, okay? So narcissists, get ready because that narcissist is most definitely going to comment about something. They may say something like, oh, your legs are thick, oh, your belly is big, oh, your arms are fat. They'll say something, or they may call you a skeleton if you're too thin. So this is all different ways that narcissists love to cut you up and rip you down. What's the next way that narcissists love to insult you? Nobody loves to insult your age more than a narcissist, okay? And even if the narcissist is the same age as you, they're still going to call you old, okay? They're still going to call you old. Narcissists love to use the age card to rip up their partners, okay? Because they will always find something. See, they don't look in the mirror. They don't look at themselves. But what they do is they tell you, oh, you need to look in the mirror. You need to look in the mirror. Oh, nobody's going to want you, this and that. This is all to break you down because, again, they're jealous. They're threatened by you. And, they want you to think that, if you're not 22, you're not worth anything. This is what a narcissist wants you to think, that, if you're not in your early 20s, you're not worth anything. So they're going to insult your age. They're going to say things like, oh, nobody's going to want you. All right. Or things like that. Don't let these people break you down because this is exactly what they intend on doing. All right. They themselves are not young. And yet that's the joke. That's the hypocrisy of it all. Okay, because the narcissists themselves may not be young. Like I said, they could be the same age as you and even older than you and still be insulting your age. The other thing too is you have narcissists. I've seen this, you guys, where a narcissist, it was a situation where it was a narcissistic man who had a younger wife. She was maybe 20 years younger than him. And, they were together a while. And even after they were together a while, he started making nasty comments like, oh, I got to trade you in for a younger one, okay? She's 20 years already, his junior, and yet he's he's ripping her up and saying, "Oh, I got to trade you in for a younger one. Now you're over 30 or something." It's something really nasty, all right? Or, "Oh, you're over 40 now," or something like that. Because narcissists, you know, they put value on, youth, looking good, because that's why they always want to hang out with the young people, because it makes them feel young. They know they can manipulate them. A lot of them don't have the wisdom or been around, so the narcissist can manipulate the younger people. And also it makes them feel younger, because a lot of them go through their midlife crisis. So they always want to associate themselves with young people. So this is a given, okay? When you're with a narcissist, it is a given that they will attack your age. So never ever take it personally. You're dealing with a nasty, toxic narcissist who's looking to rip you up and make you feel like you're worthless. Not today, Satan, because I know who the fuck I am, and what you say doesn't mean shit, all right? Because you're a toxic person just trying to rip me down to lift yourself up because of your own insecurity, all right? Not today, Satan, not happening. What's the next thing a narcissist loves to attack or insult you about? Your family, okay? Narcissists love to start in with your family. They'll love to say things like, "Oh, you're going to end up just like your mother," or "You're going to be just like your father." They love to insult your family, put them down, especially if they know that you have a sensitive issue with your family. What did I say from the beginning of the podcast? They're going to hit the most sensitive nerve. And that's why they always want to know where you're vulnerable. So if you're vulnerable about your weight, they're going to be ripping you up about your weight. If you're vulnerable about your age, they're going to be ripping you up and making little wise ass remarks about your age. If you're sensitive about your family, they're going to bring up your family. They're going to say things like, "Your family was never there for you," or "Your family is selfish," or "I don't know why you talk to your family," or "Your family is low lives." Then they may insult the nationality of your family, okay? Because that's how low down and dirty a narcissist is, all right? They may insult, what ethnic background you have and make little wise ass remarks. That's the nasty narcissist, okay? That puts you down, insults you, and wants to make you feel worthless, not only in how you look and your age, but also where you come from, all right? So when you're dealing with a narcissist, expect them to also insult your family. And they don't want you around your family at all. They will try to isolate you from your family, but they do it in such a cunning, manipulative type of way that they don't want to come off, if it's a covert narcissist, they don't want to come off as the bad guy, but they will say things to make you not like your family, like, your family was never there for you. Your family never did anything for you. What has your family ever really done for you? And then what's that going to do? That's going to make you sit back and think about things and say, maybe they're right. Maybe my family really wasn't there. Maybe my family really didn't do anything for me. And what's that going to do? That's going to make you not want to have anything to do with your family. And you are playing right into the narcissist's hands and giving them what they want. Now you may not be calling your family, seeing your family. And now who are you dependent on? Now you're codependent on the narcissist, okay? And they love that. They love to isolate you because now you have no support system. Now if you have a problem with the narcissist, you can't go running to your family because you've isolated yourself or distanced yourself from them, all right? So this is exactly what the narcissist wants. So they're going to attack your family, insult you by insulting your family. What's the next what does a real low down, dirty narcissist do? They're going to insult your children, okay? And narcissists are that low, that dirty, that they'll make comments about your kids. They'll say something like, "Oh, that's why your son, never made anything of himself," or "That's why your son's a loser," or "That's why your daughter is like this," or something like that. Or what they love to say is, "Your daughter's more mature than you are," okay? This is another way to insult you, okay? In other words, they're trying to say there's something wrong with you, but your kid is, better than you are or something. That's kind of like a backhanded kind of way they throw out that insult, all right? The other thing that when we talk about insults, they also love to insult the single parent. Absolutely, positively. They love to target the single parent, but they also love to insult the single parent, okay? The single parent went through something, all right? And they're now in a situation where they have all the responsibilities and they are raising that child most of the time. A lot of single parents are doing 90% of the work, okay? They really are. They're doing 90% of the work, especially if they had that child with a narcissist. They are pretty much doing it all on their own, all right? Because narcissists are lazy. They don't like parenting. They leave all the work to the other parent. So how else is a narcissist going to insult you? They're going to say you're a shitty mother or father. That's what they're going to do. They're going to infer that you're a crappy parent and this is infuriating if you're a single parent that has done everything for your children. They're going to question your parenting. Meanwhile, the hypocrisy in all of it is that the narcissist doesn't do jack shit for the kids, all right? And yet they have the biggest mouths. They and their families have the biggest mouths on how you parent your kids, but yet they don't do jack shit. All right. This is a fact. I've lived through this. All right. The biggest mouths are the people that do nothing. Understand that. And that's all part of their guilt because they feel guilty because they really haven't done anything. They've got to make themselves feel better. So what better way to make themselves feel better? To say that you're a crappy parent. That's what they do. That's how these narcissists love to insult you or talk about you behind your back. So they're going to insult your weight. They're going to insult your age. They're going to attack your family. What's the next thing they're going to do? They're going to call you stupid. You're a moron. You don't know what you're doing. That's why your life is a mess. They're going to victim shame you and tell you, well, you're in the position you're in. You did it to yourself. Okay. It's always your fault. You did it to yourself. All right. So they're going to victim shame you. This is what narcissists love to do. And that's another reason why you never go to a narcissist when you have a problem, because instead of getting empathy out of that person, they're going to tell you, oh, I told you not to do that. Or, you make bad decisions, or you don't know what you're doing, or you did it to yourself. They're going to have no empathy, and they're going to blame you for any trials and tribulations that you are going through. So never expect any kind of empathy from a narcissist. What's another way they insult you? Oh, the also thing with the single parent thing, they love to say, well, nobody's going to want you. Nobody wants somebody with kids. Meanwhile, there's plenty of single parents that end up getting remarried or getting in relationships with other people. So that's not true, all right? That's not true. But what are they trying to do? They're trying to rip down your self-worth. That's what they're trying to do. What's the next thing that a narcissist how they love to insult you? They tell you something like, nobody likes you. Or now I see why nobody likes you. Or now I see why nobody wants to bother with you. Or now I see why you have a problem with everybody. Narcissists love to scapegoat you like that. They love to make you the problem. Because maybe you have a problem with one of your friends or somebody in your family, but for legitimate reasons you have problems with them because those people may have done something to you, but the narcissist, instead of having empathy for you, is going to shame you and say, well, nobody likes you, or I see why nobody likes you, or something like that. Again, the narcissist is cutting. They want to rip you up. They want to make you think that you're the problem. They want you to doubt yourself. They want to put you into anxiety and depression. Know who the fuck you are. Not today, Satan, okay? That's coming from you. That's not the truth. And you're just trying to rip me down because the truth of the matter is I have plenty of people that like me, but you just want to bring up a couple of incidences of run-ins that I had. That's why a lot of times too, narcissists will align with your enemies, okay? They'll align with your enemies to try to take you down. Narcissists do that, all right? That's why I said too, the way you crush it, and that's projection too. They're projecting and putting on you, nobody likes you, when in fact, the narcissist feels that nobody likes them. So they're putting that shame onto you. This is how they flip the script and make you think that there's a problem with you. Don't ever buy into it. You're dealing with somebody. You're dealing with a wicked narcissist who's trying to cut you up. That's why I said in my reel the other day, I said, you want to crush a narcissist, all you have to do is tell them nobody likes you. That will crush a narcissist so badly because everything with the narcissist is whether you're liked or not. That's why they're so self-consuming about their image. They want to be liked by everybody. And, that's kind of giving them a taste of their own medicine. That's not making you a narcissist, all right? Because you don't go out and look to hurt people and cut them up for no reason. This is you respecting yourself and giving them a taste of their own medicine to make them feel it. Believe me, they'll feel that narcissistic injury because a narcissist never wants to feel that like nobody doesn't like them, all right? What's another way of, a subtle insult? This is the covert narcissist now. The way they'll insult you by ignoring you and dismissing you, ignoring your calls, ignoring your texts. That's basically mad disrespect and insulting you, insulting your intelligence. They insult you by gaslighting you. That's also mad disrespect. They treat you like a jerk. In other words, they'll say something like, oh, I didn't get the text, right? Meanwhile, they got the text. 99.9% of the time, those texts go through. So don't ever buy that shit. Oh, I didn't get the text. Yes, you did. You got that text, all right? But what they're doing is they're insulting your intelligence. That's what they're doing. The other way they insult you is when you try to talk to them, they ignore you when you're talking. They're insulting your intelligence and they're dismissing you and trying to make you feel like a fool, all right? When somebody does that, they ignore you, like the covert narcissist loves to ignore and dismiss you. You just totally, that's it. Put that wall up, ice them out. Don't even deal with them, okay? Don't give them the satisfaction. Don't go looking for them. Don't beg them. They want to dismiss you. Now, guess what? Next time they want to come around, now you're not available, okay? Now they're not going to get you ever again, all right? Next way that narcissists love to insult you, they don't include you in things, all right? They have get-togethers. They have family parties. They have things going on. They get together with friends or something, and they don't include you. That's a backhanded insult. That's the covert narcissist trying to isolate you, make you feel alone. And this is what they do to try to hurt you, to isolate you and make you feel alone and to not include you in things. That is not somebody that loves you. And if it's family, that's not family, okay? That's not family. Family is about love. Family is about togetherness. Family is about inclusion. When you're dealing with family that, isolates you, doesn't include you, makes you the outsider, that is not family. Family is not always blood. That is a fact. I'm living proof of that. Okay, so I'm going to tell you, family is not always blood. Family is the people that are there for you when you're down, the people that love you unconditionally, no matter what. Okay, so keep that in mind, you guys. These are all ways that the narcissist slights you, insults you, and, tries to hurt you. What's another way that narcissists try to insult you? They'll say something like, you have no friends. You have no friends. And who does that? The covert narcissist, all right? I had a covert narcissist years ago say this to me. And the reason that she said this to me was because she was so damn insecure. Because she's the one who really didn't have friends. She had acquaintances, but she didn't have any close friends, all right? But what she did is she projected it onto me and she said, you have no friends. When in fact, I had tons of friends, all right? Just friends that she didn't know about, okay? Because she was never close with me in that way. We were never close. So, she loved to say something like that because it's a way to insult you, to rip you up, to cut you down, all right? What's another way that narcissists insult you? They call you a loser. Oh, you're a loser. You're a sorry ass. You're this, you're that. All right. Again, the narcissist is just trying to break your self-worth, break your self-esteem. Not today, Satan. Who cares what you say? Anything you say doesn't mean shit. Okay. Moving on. I'm almost done with the list, you guys, on how narcissists insult you. And here's the big one, the absolute big one. They love to call you crazy. The mental card. There's your covert narcissist again. Nobody loves to say you have mental issues and insult you more than the covert narcissist who thinks they're superior in their own cool, subtle way, okay? They love to say, oh, you're bipolar. Oh, you're sensitive. Oh, I think you need to go speak to somebody. Oh, you have issues going on. No, what I do have going on is that I'm trying to get you to be accountable, but you don't want to be accountable. So what are you doing? You're flipping the script and trying to discredit me and character assassinate me by calling me crazy because I am a threat. I am a threat because I am calling you out for what you're trying to do to me, okay? That's what it is. And this is what these narcissists will do all the time. Every time you try to call them out or try to make them accountable, what they're going to do is they're going to character assassinate you and call you the mental card. They're going to say you're crazy, you're a psycho bitch, you're a psycho this, you're a psycho man, you're crazy, you're this, you're bipolar. They love to throw all this shit. And you know what? If you don't know who the fuck you are, you know what's going to happen? You're going to sit there, you're going to go to therapists, you're going to be taking antidepressant pills, and you're going to be putting yourself in a hole somewhere because not because there's anything wrong with you, but because you're around toxic people that are trying to make you think that there's something wrong with you because you're trying to hold them accountable or they're afraid you're going to expose them. So this is why I say stay focused. Know who the fuck you are. Know your target. Know who's trying to cut you down. Know what their intent is. Their intent is trying to character assassinate you and to discredit you. That's why you have to be focused and know what they're trying to do. Who cares what comes out of that narcissist's mouth, all right? Because they're toxic, and this is the mind game that they play to try to discredit your mental state, all right? Remember who you are, all right? So I hope that helps you guys. And, you can't control what comes out of a narcissist's mouth, but what you can control is how you deal with it. And the best way to deal with it is to not deal with it. That the moment somebody tries to insult you or does insult you is the moment that you disengage. Not today, Satan. Until you talk to me in a respectful manner, you and I will not be talking. That's how you check them, all right? And then you disengage, you walk away, and if you have to go no contact, you go no contact. If you have to deal with them, you gray rock them, minimal contact, but there'll be no more interpersonal conversations or anything, in depth with them. Everything will be cut dry, yes, no, and that's it, okay? Because now you're dealing with an insulting, cutting person. And if somebody's really insulting, no, you cannot have anything to do with them. You cannot have anything to do with them because they will only break you down, all right? So I hope that helps you. If it does, hit the subscribe button, share the podcast. If you're looking for confidential one-on-one phone coaching, check out the link in the bio at askgaz.wixsite.com/thegameexposed. You're confused. You don't know if you're dealing with a narcissist. I have limited time, you guys, especially since I'm going away next week. So check it out, you guys. At askgaz.wixsite.com/thegameexposed. Check out my YouTube. I have over 6,000 videos. I pretty much lay it down on there at The Game Exposed podcast on YouTube. TikTok is The Game Exposed. Instagram is The Game EXP. And Facebook for now is The Game EXP 777. And have a great day, you guys.